Alright guys, so we're going to move into the first round, and we're going to start in the West. We have the Spurs versus Dallas, and right now the Spurs are actually leading with the 4-0, and right now, actually, the Spurs, they were the best in the record in the NBA. Yeah. So, I mean, guys, what's going on with this game? You guys got Spurs. Yeah. Let's start off with Ludolf, actually. I'm sorry, Kyle, I know you're ready, but I want to hear Ludolf first.
This series is going to be a thrilling series, more entertaining than people think it's going to be. Okay. Spurs and Dallas, they're in the same state, so you know it's a heated rivalry. They play each other a lot, so they used to seeing each other around. They don't want to see each other no more. I'm sure both of them trying to get rid of each other, but I think the Spurs can take it in five.
Well, this is just like Ludolf said, this is a Texas shootout, and like I said before when Trevor was on the show, it's going to be an upset. Even if the Spurs was playing either Memphis, Phoenix, or Dallas. And why I say that, because I think injuries are going to play a big part in the first round, because I don't think Tim Duncan is going to be at full health. And Parker is a little banged up as well. They try to rest the big three, Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan, but I just don't see it. And Dallas can match them in scoring. The only problem will be defense. So you have Monte Ellis and the boys. Dirk is coming back strong. He just had a 30-point game to end the season to make a statement going into the first round. So I don't know right now. I might call it an upset. Game 7. If it goes to Game 7, Spurs take it, but Dallas would have to win in 6.
Well, I mean, Kyle, what you're saying, hold on. I mean, with the Spurs, they've actually learned a way to maneuver and change the lineup to not have as much injuries occurred. I mean, in the past season right now, they've gone through 30 different lineups. They've had 17 different starting positions change. So they're doing what they have to make sure those injuries don't occur. With specifically Tim Duncan, who's turning 38 this year. So they've done a great job of not getting on that major list of injuries.
And they have a good bench. I'm not gonna lie. They have Patty Mills. They also have Danny Green. I don't think Green has started. They have Dial coming off the bench. But to me, Dallas bench has more depth. You have Blair. You also have Harris. You have Vince Carter. Come on. So those are experienced players. So to me, I call it an upset.
That's great.
Spurs are known for the upset.
Well, Mr. Max, what you got for me?
I kind of agree with everybody, but I think the Spurs are going to take it. And the reason why I say that is Greg Popovich is a genius. Every time he puts a team together, he makes it happen. I don't know how, but the Spurs have been known to be boring and whatnot, but they put some young players in there and mix it up. I really like what they've done with the team. I think they're going to take it in 5.
Also, the history of the Spurs in the last 4 years. You know how they finally made a statement last year in the playoffs, but the 2 years prior, they got knocked out in the first round, which was, I think, 3 years ago when the Big Three started. They got knocked out in the first round, upset by Memphis, if I'm not mistaken. And then the year after, they went into the playoffs with a 20-0 record, winning streak, and they was 2 up against Oklahoma, and then they lost 4 straight. So that type of Spurs is what I'm going to see. I'm going to see that team in this playoff, and they look like they might be upset by Dallas, because Dirk and Monte Ellis, the communication is very high. So you can't count out Dallas.
You can't. Communication-wise, this team has been, the Big Three have been there for 10 years now.
Yeah, but
they won multiple championships together.
Banged up.
I'm sure
that was when they was young.
They're banged up, but they took the Heat to 7 last year, and the Heat was at full strength last year. That was probably the best team that the Heat ever put together.
Yes.
But I still say the Spurs with that experience, Popovich, he has something. He knows something. He's gonna figure out something. They're gonna bring some nasty, and they're gonna take it.
I hope it's enough nasty. Because Dallison, Monte Ellis, like I stated, he's on another level, going into the playoffs. Trust.
As long as Dirk has the fadeaway going, I think it's going to be hard, but I don't know.
He's not the same Dirk.
He's not the same Dirk. Last year he wasn't, but he came back. Because if they put
averaging 20 a game.
No, but if they put Leonard on Dirk, Leonard's going to be taken out of the game. Also, Danny Green.
Like I stated on the last episode, when Leonard's in the game, they win over 60% of the game.
Yeah, but he's taken out the game, just like I said, if he's taken out the game by Dirk, because Dirk gets a lot of people in foul trouble.
All right, fellas, all right. Well, hey, it's a Spurs and Dallas, Texas hold down, and we'll just have to see who lassos in that first round play.